Retention. The ability to keep or continue something. Conserving. Upholding. Protection. Taking notes can enhance your retention of information. The Economist studies the retention of wealth in society. Using technology can improve your retention of new skills. Abuse. Cruel and violent treatment of a person. Maltreatment. Violence. Bullying. Cyberbullying is a form of abuse that happens online. Abuse of power is a common problem in many countries. Abusing someone's trust is a form of emotional abuse. Inclination. A person's natural tendency or urge. Propensity. Proneness. Tendency. The natural inclination of the child was to explore and learn. They have neither the time nor the inclination to help the poor. She has an inclination to practice yoga and meditation. Standpoint. An attitude to a particular issue. Viewpoint. Perspective. Outlook. From a scientific standpoint, climate change is a big issue. Let's look at the questions from an economic standpoint. From a practical standpoint, the idea looks strange and unusual. Reasoning. Logical and thoughtful way of thinking. Logic. Thought process. Deduction. The detective used deductive reasoning to solve the case. The math team used logic and reasoning to solve problems. You need to back up your opinions with logical reasoning. Extreme. Reaching a high or the highest degree. Intense. Greatest. Utmost. The desert can be a place of extreme weather conditions. The extreme weather conditions made travel dangerous. The athlete showed extreme dedication to his training. Volatile. Likely to change suddenly and unexpectedly. Inconstant. Changeable. Unstable. The volatile economy caused many businesses to struggle. The volatile stock market caused many investors to panic. The volatile weather conditions made it unsafe to travel. Consensus. General agreement in a group of people. Agreement. Like-mindedness. Accord. The tribal leadership was based on merit and consensus. The scientific consensus is reached through rigorous debate. Reaching a consensus can be difficult in a group setting. Specimen. A part of animal, plant, or piece of a mineral. Sample. Illustration. Embodiment. The museum had a specimen of a dinosaur bone on display. The science department imported a rare specimen for research. The specimen was carefully examined under the microscope. Succinct. Expressed in few words, concise. Concise. Brief. Laconic. The tweet conveyed a succinct message in just a few words. The report provided a succinct analysis of the market trends. The survey results were presented in a succinct infographic. Stagnation. Lack of activity, growth, or development. Inactivity. Downturn. Inaction. If they don't make changes, it could lead to stagnation. The economy regains motion after a period of stagnation. Autocracies can lead to economic stagnation and inequality. Compulsory. Required by law or must be done. Mandatory. Obligatory. Requisite. Following the dress code is compulsory at some events. Attendance at the meeting is compulsory for all employees. The compulsory retirement age is 65 in most companies. Legend. A story coming down from the past. Folklore. Mythology. Tradition. The course is about fables and legends in ancient literature. Folklore can be used to explain the origins of a legend. The Arthurian legend is a beloved part of Western culture. Efficacy. To produce a desired or effective result. Effectiveness. Potency. Usefulness. New studies confirm the efficacy of a healthier lifestyle. The efficacy of using a map can help you find your way. The efficacy of the diet plan is dependent on adherence. Fallacy. A misleading argument or belief. Delusion. Falsehood. Misconception. The supposition that all rich people are happy is a fallacy. The student's argument was challenged by a logical fallacy. Don't believe the common fallacy that money brings happiness. Coincidence. Two things happen at the same time by chance. Happy accident. Concurrence. Serendipity. It was a coincidence that we both had the same opinion. By coincidence, we both have a talent for playing the piano. The fact that we both have a fear of spiders is a coincidence. Anonymous. Having no known name or identity. Unidentified. Unknown. Unnamed. The anonymous message was sent from a fake account. The true identity of the anonymous donor is unknown. The anonymous survey was conducted to gather feedback. Indispensable. Important and absolutely necessary. Essential. Necessary. Imperative. A good planner is indispensable for staying organized. Good books are indispensable for expanding your knowledge. A sense of humor is indispensable for dealing with stress. Tenacious. Tending to keep a firm hold of something. Determined. unyielding, persistent. Her tenacious spirit motivated her team to keep going. When faced with criticism, be tenacious and believe in yourself. Be tenacious in your pursuit of knowledge and personal growth. Accusation. Claim that someone has done something wrong. Condemnation. Charge. Allegation. The CEO rejects the accusation of misusing company funds. She had to suffer the accusation of cheating on her exams. The accusation against the politician was not legitimate. Dilemma. A problem involving a difficult choice. Predicament. Conundrum. Confusion. He was faced with a dilemma and didn't know what to do. The dichotomy between right and wrong is a moral dilemma. Finding a solution to this dilemma will take some creativity. Diversity. Having many different forms, types, ideas. Variety. Manifoldness. Multiplicity. There is a need for greater diversity and choice in education. Social anthropology is concerned with the diversity of culture. The new study will focus on the ethnic diversity of the nation. Vanity. Excessive pride in appearance or achievements. Egotism. Pompousness. Self-regard. Her vanity is evident in the way she talks about himself. A man's vanity is actually in proportion to his ignorance. He described his accomplishments without pride and vanity. Inspection. Careful examination of something. Examination. Analysis. Observation. The farmer conducted a visual inspection of the crops. The inspection was conducted by a third-party company. The final inspection will confirm the safety of the building. Plethora. Large or excessive amount of something. Excess. Overabundance. Too many. The library has a plethora of books to choose from. The internet has a plethora of information on any topic. The company's website has a plethora of customer reviews. Alliance. Union or association formed for mutual benefit. Agreement. Treaty. Association. The two countries formed an alliance to work together. The alliance between the two companies was beneficial. The cross-party alliance was successful in passing the bill. Longing. Having or showing a yearning desire. Desire. Yearning. Craving. The musician has a longing for fame and recognition. The poem was a beautiful expression of love and longing. He felt a deep longing to be born again and start afresh. Debunk. To show that something is not true. Challenge. Disprove. Invalidate. We can debunk the myth that all dinosaurs were huge. We can debunk the idea that all spiders are poisonous. It's important to debunk the rumor that mermaids are real. Liability. Being legally responsible for something. Responsibility. Onus. Accountability. Disowning liability can make you lose trust and friendships. Ignoring our liability can lead to great financial problems. They will not accept liability for any damage caused by accident. Eliminate. Completely remove or get rid of something. Remove. Banish. Obliterate. Through training, we can eliminate any knowledge gaps. The coach wants to eliminate bad habits from the team. We need to eliminate the negativity by being positive. Verdict. Decision made by a jury in a trial. Resolution. Settlement. Judgment. The verdict was based on the law, and we agree with it. The judge's verdict was based on the facts of the case. Everyone gasped in surprise when the verdict was read out. Hazard. An unavoidable danger or risk. Jeopardy. Peril. Menace. The foul water in the campus pond is a health hazard. Not wearing a mask while using chemicals is a hazard. The toxic fumes were a hazard to the workers' health. Agenda. Things to be discussed at a formal meeting. Itinerary. Inventory. Program. The company's agenda was to launch a new product line. The travel agent has an agenda for the vacation package. The committee had a detailed agenda for their meeting. Algorithm. A set of mathematical instructions. Procedure. Set of rules. Method. An algorithm can help us optimize a process or system. The machine learning algorithm can predict future trends. The scientist used an algorithm to predict the weather. Arbitrary. Based on random choice, not planned. Aimless. Irrational. Unjustified. The company's policies seemed arbitrary and inconsistent. The international date line is an arbitrary division of time. If the explanation is arbitrary, it may not be coherent. Pertinent. Relevant or applicable to a particular matter. Applicable. Relevant. Appropriate. The book offers pertinent advice for personal growth. The expert made some pertinent comments on the scheme. The last point is particularly pertinent to today's discussion. Plethora. A large or excessive amount of something. Superfluity. Profusion. Plenty. The internet has a plethora of information on any topic. The university had a plethora of courses to choose from. There's a plethora of self-help books offering tips and advice. Adjacent. Very near, or with nothing in between. Adjoining. Nearby. Neighboring. The adjacent fields were used for growing different crops. The post office is adjacent to the bus terminal in the old town. On map, adjacent countries are usually shown in different colors. Sporadic. Happening at irregular intervals in time. Irregular. Intermittent. Occasional. The sporadic rain showers interrupted the outdoor event. There are still sporadic outbreaks of violence in the town. Occurrences of the disease were sporadically reported. Pivotal. Crucial in relation to the development. Critical. Fundamental. Essential. The French Revolution was a pivotal moment in history. He has established himself as a pivotal figure in U.S. politics. Abraham Lincoln was a pivotal figure in American history. Replica. An exact copy or model of something. Reproduction. Duplication. Imitation. The museum has a miniature replica of a famous building. The artificial flower was a perfect replica of a real one. The history exhibition had a replica of an ancient temple. Paucity. Having very little or not enough. Scarcity. Shortage. Deficiency. The hospital is in paucity of specialized medical equipment. The paucity of customers caused the business to struggle. Despite the paucity of time, we managed to finish the project. Migration. Movement from one region to another. Movement. Departure. Relocation. The bird's migration route covered thousands of miles. DNA can be used to trace ancestry and migration patterns. Culture can be influenced by migration and immigration. Distortion. The changing of the appearance of something. Deformation. Falsification. Deformity. The distortion of the statistics made the study unreliable. The reflection in the lake created a distortion of the trees. The politician's speech was filled with distortion and lies. Hypothesis. A proposed explanation for a set of facts. Assumption. Supposition. Premise. We need to collect evidence to support our hypothesis. A hypothesis can be used to explain complex phenomena. Our hypothesis is that exercise improves mental health. Conundrum. Confusing and difficult problem or question. Enigma. Puzzle. Mystery. The puzzle was a conundrum that challenged my mind. The decision was a conundrum that had no easy answer. Let's gather more information to clear up the conundrum. Correlation. Connection between two or more things. Association. Reciprocity. Interaction. The study found a correlation between music and mood. There is a correlation between age and memory decline. There is a correlation between education level and income. Heredity. Genetic characters from parents to offspring. Genetics. Ancestry. Inheritance. Height can be influenced by genes that are in the heredity. The genetics laboratory is where we study DNA and heredity. The texture of your hair is primarily determined by heredity. Empirical. Based on observation or experience. Practical. Experimental. Pragmatic. The scientist cannot be convinced without empirical data. The study's findings were based on empirical observations. Empirical research is based on observation and measurement. Phobia. An extreme or irrational fear of something. Dread. Obsession. Detestation. A phobia can be triggered by a fear of animals or insects. A phobia can be a unique experience for each individual. School phobia is a common anxiety disorder among children. Supreme. Highest in rank or authority. Foremost. Predominant. Greatest. The Indian Constitution is the supreme law of the land. The supreme goal of our team is to win the championship. The supreme quality of the product made it a bestseller. Vivid. Producing powerful feelings or clear images. Evocative. Graphic. Realistic. The writer backed up their story with vivid descriptions. The visual imagery in the book was vivid and descriptive. Figurative language can help you create vivid descriptions. Audacious. Willingness to take surprisingly bold risks. Intrepid. Dauntless. Fearless. The audacious student challenged the professor's theory. The audacious politician promised to change the system. The audacious artist created a controversial masterpiece. Dearth. A scarcity or lack of something. Scarcity. Shortage. Deficiency. The dearth of information made it hard to make a decision. The dearth of trust in relationships can lead to problems. The city is in a dearth of public transportation options. Adequate. Enough or satisfactory for a purpose. Sufficient. Plenty. Enough. The water supply was not adequate during the drought. Concentration can be improved through adequate sleep. The amount of time we have to prepare is not adequate. Lenient. Not as severe or strong in judgment. Moderate. Forgiving. Tolerant. The criminal sentence was seen as too lenient by some. The lawyer was able to get his client a lenient sentence. The judge was lenient on behalf of the defendant's young age. Captivating. Capable of attracting and holding interest. Arresting. Intriguing. Interesting. The lyrical melody of the piano piece was captivating. The artist's abstract style was unique and captivating. He was under the enchantment of her captivating smile. Regret. A feeling of sadness about something. Remorse. Repentance. Sorrow. The memory of my past mistakes haunts me with regret. I regret not spending more time with my grandparents. Surround yourself with nature and live without regret. Ingenious. Having or showing practical wit or skill. Creative. Innovative. Insightful. The athlete used an ingenious strategy to win the game. The inventor's ingenious idea helped solve the problem. The engineer's ingenious design made the bridge stronger. Innocent. Not guilty of a crime or offense. Guiltless. Blameless. Faultless. The innocent boy was falsely accused of cheating. The defendant claimed to be innocent of the crime. The lawyer was adamant that her client was innocent. Enormous. Extremely large in size or amount. Vast. Immense. Gigantic. The potential for growth in this market is enormous. The cake was enormous, enough to feed a whole party. The wave was enormous, it was as tall as a building. Thrive. To prosper, be fortunate or successful. Prosper. Flourish. Proliferate. A loving family can help a child thrive emotionally. A well-planned budget can help your finances thrive. A supportive coach can help a team thrive and succeed. Myth. A widely held but false belief or idea. Fiction. Fantasy. Allegory. The moral of the myth is to respect the power of nature. I tried to refute the myth, but people still believed it. A myth can be passed down from generation to generation. Yield. Supply or produce something positive. Produce. Generate. Supply. Saving money can yield returns in the form of interest. Genetic modification of crops can increase their yield. Nuclear power plants use nuclear reactions to yield energy. Surplus. An amount that is more than is needed. Additional. Extra. Oversupply. The surplus of oil in the market caused prices to drop. The hotel had a surplus of rooms available for booking. The surplus of tourists in the city led to overcrowding. Effortless. Requiring no physical or mental exertion. Easy. Straightforward. Undemanding. The previous experience made the job look effortless. The bird's ascent into the sky was graceful and effortless. The ballet dancer's light-footed movement seemed effortless. Adversity. A difficult or unpleasant situation. Misfortune. Hardship. Misfortune. We can use adversity as an opportunity to grow and learn. Adversity can make us more compassionate towards others. The team's unity helped them tackle adversity successfully. Evaluate. To determine or set the value of something. Assess. Estimate. Judge. The judge will evaluate the evidence presented in court. When playing sports, evaluate the risk of getting injured. Let's plan back and evaluate the outcomes of our actions. Diminish. To make less or cause to appear less. Decrease. Lessen. Decline. A lack of creativity and innovation can diminish potential. The amount of gas in the tank will diminish as you drive. Aging can lead to a diminished capacity for memory retention. Execute. Kill someone as a legal punishment. Carry out. Accomplish. Perform. Our troops were able to execute the operation as planned. The detective will execute his plan to catch the criminal. The pilot will execute the takeoff and landing of the plane. Scheme. A plan for doing or organizing something. Plan. Blueprint. Outline. The government has a scheme to help people in need. The company's marketing scheme was very successful. The bank has a loan scheme to help people buy homes. Desire. A strong wish to have or do something. Long for. Aspiration. Inclination. They have a constant desire for knowledge and learning. The authority has expressed a desire to see the report. He has a strong desire to go back to his home country. Tedious. Tiresome because of length or dullness. Gradual. Unexciting. Monotonous. The audience was bored by the long and tedious lecture. I find small talk to be quite tedious and uninteresting. Learning a new software program can be a tedious process. Barrier. Fence or other obstacle that prevents access. barricade, obstacle, blockade. The barrier between the two oceans was a continent. Misunderstanding due to the language barrier is common. The mountains are a natural barrier between countries. Supervise. Direct, control or be in charge of a work. Look after. Guard. Inspect. The tour guide will supervise the group during the tour. The school staff are expected to supervise school meals. The security guard will supervise the visitors at the museum. Affiliate. A person or group officially attached to a larger body. Associate. Combine. Amalgamate. The affiliate program offers a passive income opportunity. The car dealership is an affiliate of a well-known brand. The affiliate marketing strategy involves promoting products. Dwindle. Diminish gradually in size, amount, or strength. Decline. Lessen. Reduce. The hope of finding a solution began to dwindle away. The river's flow began to dwindle into a small stream. If sustainability falls below consumption, resources dwindle. Reform. Make changes in order to improve it. Amend. Reorganize. Improve. The political party promised to reform the tax system. Some institutions were designed to reform young offenders. The government is trying to reform the healthcare system. Embody. Express or represent an idea in suitable words. Epitomize. Symbolize. Manifest. She strives to embody excellence in everything she does. The book's theme is to embody excellence in all aspects of life. To be a successful leader, we must embody integrity and honesty. Articulate. Having or showing the ability to speak coherently. Fit together. Accentuate. Integrate. Don't rush your speech, take your time to be more articulate. It's important to be able to articulate your opinion clearly. I need you to articulate your answer so I can understand it. Decipher. Find a meaning that is difficult to understand. Unravel. Elucidate. Decode. The software was designed to decipher complex algorithms. The detective used a code to decipher the suspect's notes. The clue was written in code and took a while to decipher. Intensify. To become intense or more intensive. Ameliorate. Upgrade. Escalate. To achieve your goals, you need to intensify your efforts. Adding more fuel to the fire will only intensify the problem. Smoking can intensify inflammation in the respiratory system. Retrieve. To regain or bring back something. Reclaim. Take back. Salvage. Computers can retrieve information in a matter of seconds. We can only retrieve the situation by reducing our expenses. You can retrieve files more efficiently with this new program. Manifest. To make clear or evident to the eye. Demonstrate. Delineate. Present. The beauty of the flowers was manifest in their colors. The intelligence in her brain was manifest in her grades. The athlete's dedication was manifest in his performance. Hinder. To limit the ability to do something. Hamper. Slow down. Constrain. Fixed mindsets can hinder collaboration and teamwork. A poor diet can hinder mental and physical growth. Stupidity can hinder personal growth and development. Generalize. Make a general or broad statement. Oversimplify. Conclude. Surmise. It is unfair to generalize that all women are emotional. We cannot generalize that all teenagers are irresponsible. It is a mistake to generalize that all introverts are shy. Optimize. Make the best possible use of something. Augment. Heighten. Elevate. We manage our time so that we optimize our productivity. Using study apps can optimize your learning experience. Let's optimize our love by showing kindness to everyone. Accelerate. To cause faster or greater activity. Quicken. Gain momentum. Boost. The boat will accelerate as it moves through the water. Destructive metabolism can accelerate the aging process. A train usually accelerates slowly because it is very heavy. Overwhelm. Give a person too much of something. Deluge. Devastate. Bewilder. Mindlessness can be a symptom of stress or overwhelm. Overt asking can lead to feelings of overwhelm and anxiety. Writing in a journal can alleviate feelings of overwhelm. Acknowledge. Admit or accept that something is true. Recognize. Concede. Grant. We must acknowledge the importance of mental health. It's important to acknowledge the hard work of others. It's okay to acknowledge your own misery and seek help. Collapse. To break apart and fall down suddenly. Subside. Break down. Fall down. A government could collapse at any time for a political crisis. The computer system could collapse from a virus attack. The weak foundation of the house caused it to collapse. Proclaim. To announce officially or publicly. declare, announce, indicate. We proudly proclaim our belief in the power of education. Jason has been proclaimed as a candidate for the election. That is something that we should proclaim loud and clear. Mitigate. Make something less severe or less unpleasant. Downplay. Relieve. Alleviate. We can mitigate liability by following safety guidelines. The team worked to mitigate the damage caused by the storm. Using a planner can mitigate up to 90% of missed deadlines. Confine. Keep someone or something within certain limits. Restrict. Limit. Circumscribe. Don't let others confine you beyond your own capabilities. The professor will confine the lecture to the allotted time. Confine before you can become a better version of yourself. Allocate. Distribute resources for a particular purpose. Conserve. Hoard. Reserve. I always allocate some time each day for exercise. You should allocate your energy wisely during exam week. The company will allocate funds to develop new products. Invigorate. Give new energy or strength to someone. Energize. Stimulate. Rejuvenate. Playing with pets can invigorate your love for animals. A good night's sleep can invigorate your body and mind. A new goal can invigorate your motivation and ambition. Witty. Using words in a clever and funny way. Humorous. Fanciful. Clever. The tone of the advertisement was humorous and witty. The dialogue in the movie was witty and entertaining. The headline of the tweet was witty and made me laugh. Superficial. Existing or occurring at or on the surface. Perfunctory. Shallow. Outermost. The student's essay was superficial and lacked research. Don't boast about your physical appearance, it's superficial. The artist's superficial artwork lacked depth and meaning. Robust. Having or exhibiting strength or vigorous health. Sturdy. Durable. Vigorous. A robust marketing strategy is a crucial business asset. The software program has a robust troubleshooting function. The robust security measures capacitate data protection. Provocative. Causing anger or strong reaction deliberately. Instigative. Annoying. Irritating. His provocative jokes were not appreciated by everyone. The speech was very provocative and made people angry. The provocative documentary shed light on a taboo topic. Malicious. Has an intention to cause harm or damage. Pernicious. Spiteful. Resentful. The malicious code spread rapidly through the network. The consequences of malicious gossip can be devastating. The website was hacked and injected with malicious code. Reputation. Overall quality or good character of something. Achievement. Honor. Distinction. The scandal tarnished the reputation of the company. He maintains his reputation by always being honest. It is important to never harm someone's reputation. Obligation. A duty imposed legally or socially. Accountability. Responsibility. Commitment. It is your obligation to be respectful to your teachers. Being responsible for your actions is a moral obligation. It is the employee's obligation to follow company rules. Speculation. Guessing about the possible causes. Conjecture. Assumption. Supposition. Sometimes people spread rumors based on speculation. The stock market is always a subject of speculation. The speculation about the upcoming election is intense. Myriad. Extremely great number of something. Innumerable. Numberless. Multiple. The library has a myriad of books on various topics. The balloons at the party come in a myriad of colors. There is a myriad of ways to solve this math problem. Coherent. Well organized and easy to understand. Fathomable. Logical. Orderly. The story had a coherent beginning, middle, and end. His explanation of the concept was coherent and clear. The student's argument was coherent and well supported. Adamant. Not willing to change an opinion or decision. Inflexible. Stubborn. Unshakable. The athlete was adamant that he would win the race. The lawyer was adamant that her client was innocent. He remained adamant in his belief that he was right. Intervention. Act of becoming involved in a situation. Mediation. Involvement. Arbitration. The tutor's intervention helped the student with math. Certain animals can thrive without human intervention. The musician's intervention added harmony to the song. Corroborate. Confirm or give support to a statement. Confirm. Validate. Authenticate. The historian found evidence to corroborate the theory. The feedback will corroborate the coach's assessment. The reviews will corroborate the customer's experience. Ominous. Sign of something bad is going to happen. Inauspicious. Menacing. Threatening. Across the sky, the clouds were dark and ominous. The haunted forest had a grim and ominous feeling. The sound of the thunder was worrying and ominous. Analogy. A comparison between one things. Likeness. Comparability. Resemblance. The analogy between the brain and a computer is often used. An analogy is a way to make abstract concepts more concrete. An analogy is a way to make complex ideas more relevant. Privilege. Special advantage for a group of people. Advantage. Benefit. Prerogative. Education is not a privilege, it's a right for everyone. He was born into a family of great fortune and privilege. Sometimes we overlook the privilege we have in our lives. Auction. Sale of goods to the highest bidder. Bidding. Public sale. Trading. His charity auction raised money for cancer research. The highest bidder won the auction for the rare painting. The bidder was disappointed when he lost the auction. Monopoly. Exclusive control of a commodity or service. Domination. Authority. Control. The syndicates have a monopoly on certain illegal activities. The state monopoly controls all aspects of the energy sector. The state's monopoly on defense ensures national security. Assurance. Being sure or certain about something. Promise. Guarantee. Assertion. A smile can be a sign of confidence and self-assurance. He always maintains his self-assurance no matter what. The test program is an integral part of quality assurance. Negotiation. Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. Compromise. Discussion. Mediation. The result of the negotiation was a win-win situation. Poor negotiation skills can lead to bad business deals. The language barrier hampered the negotiation process. Legend. A story coming down from the past. Mythology. Folklore. Fairy tale. The elusive dragon was a creature of legend and myth. The Arthurian legend is a story of love and betrayal. Hercules was a legend, but he was also a real person. Etiquette. Customs and rules for polite behavior. Decorum. Convention. Good manners. Courtesy is an important part of social etiquette. Follow the etiquette rules to show respect to others. A basic rule of etiquette is to say please and thank you. Vapid. Lacking significance or liveliness. Lifeless. Tedious. Insipid. The speech was vapid and lacked any real inspiration. The vapid poetry failed to evoke any real emotions. The fashion show was vapid and lacked any elegance. Elevate. Raise something or lift something up. Heighten. Advance. Upgrade. Drinking caffeine can elevate heart rate temporarily. The swimmer had to elevate his speed to win the race. The astronaut will elevate into space in a rocket ship. Eradicate. To completely get rid of something. Obliterate. Abolish. Erase. Let's eradicate from memory any instances of regret. It's time to reshape the world and eradicate poverty. Education is a powerful tool to eradicate inequality. Refute. Prove a statement to be wrong or false. Deny. Contradict. Disprove. I tried to refute the myth, but people still believed it. If the assertion is invalid, then we need to refute it. The scientist was able to refute the theory with new data. Paucity. Having very little or not enough. Scarcity. Shortage. Dearth. The town has in paucity of affordable housing options. Due to the paucity of rain, the crops were withering. The country is in a paucity of renewable energy sources. Terminate. To bring or come to a stopping point. Conclude. Finish. Wrap up. The company had to terminate the employee for stealing. The contract will terminate towards the end of the year. In order to terminate the service, you must inactivate it. Elaborate. Containing a lot of careful detail. Intricate. Detailed. Thorough. Please elaborate on why you think that's a bad choice. The set pieces in the opera were elaborate and grandiose. Can you elaborate on the main points of your presentation? Biased. Showing an unreasonable preference. Unfair. Prejudiced. Influenced. The juror was replaced after expressing a biased opinion. The biased opinion misleads people over the objective view. The scientist's research was discredited for being biased. Subscribe. To agree with or sign an agreement. Agree. Consent. Support. Subscribe for access to our online courses and tutorials. Subscribe for updates on the latest technology and gadgets. To stay informed, subscribe to our blog for regular articles. Homogeneous. Describes things that are similar kind. Identical. Alike. Uniform. The distribution of the stars in the sky is homogeneous. The group was homogeneous in their socio-economic status. The distribution of the trees in a forest is homogeneous. Courteous. respectful, or considerate in manner. Polite, sociable, respectful. We should always be respectful in a courteous manner. Being courteous can make you feel good about yourself. Holding the door open for someone is a courteous habit. Retain. Continue to have or keep something. Keep. Maintain. Continue. The athlete needs to retain his stamina for the final race. You can retain more information if you study regularly. The bonus issue is a way to retain talented employees. Confess. Admit that one has committed a crime. Admit. Acknowledge. Disclose. The criminal finally decided to confess to the crime. It's never too late to confess and ask for forgiveness. He was forced to confess under intense interrogation. Primitive. Belonging to simple societies with no industry. Old. Ancient. Prehistoric. Primitive medicine was based on herbs and plants. The uncivilized way of living is considered primitive. The primitive jewelry was made from shells and bones. Organic. Things that are natural or related to nature. Biological. Natural. Chemical-free. Organic chocolate is made with organic cocoa beans. Non-organic produce may contain harmful pesticides. The use of organic food is becoming more widespread. Testimony. A formal written or spoken statement. Attestation. Affidavit. Affirmation. The lawyer inquires about the witness's testimony. The victim's testimony was powerful and convincing. The witness' testimony helped to acquit the accused. Digression. Moving away from the main subject. Deviation. Divergence. Bypass. The speaker made a quick digression to clarify a point. He used the digression to illustrate a real-life example. We must avoid digression while discussing an important issue. Distinct. Real and different from each other. Separate. Particular. Contrasting. The two paintings had distinct styles and techniques. Coca-Cola has a distinct taste that many people love. The two cultures had distinct traditions and customs. Prolific. Producing a large amount of something. Abundant. High volume. Plentiful. The prolific inventor has created many useful devices. The scientist was prolific and made many discoveries. If you paint regularly, you may become a prolific artist. Laconic. Style of writing, using very few words. Succinct. concise, reserved. His laconic speech was well received by the audience. She was known for her laconic communication style. The judge delivered a laconic verdict in the courtroom. Legitimate. Allowed according to rules or laws. Authorized. Licensed. Sanctioned. The lawyer's argument was legitimate and convincing. The company's policies must be legitimate and ethical. It's legitimate to have different opinions and beliefs. Violation. Action that breaks or acts against something. Infringement. Breach. Law-breaking. Disobeying orders is a violation of the code of conduct. The employee was terminated for a harassment violation. Cheating in an exam is a violation of academic integrity. Compensate. Give someone money in recognition of loss. Balance. Counteract. Neutralize. The airline will compensate you for any lost luggage. The company will compensate for the delay in delivery. The store will compensate you if the product is defective. Adverse. Having a negative or harmful effect. Threatening. Menacing. Hostile. The project was delayed due to an adverse situation. The adverse effects of smoking can damage your lungs. The adverse economic situation affected many families. Obsolete. No longer produced or used, out of date. Outdated. Antiquated. Ancient. The phonograph is an obsolete way to listen to music. The fax machine is becoming obsolete in the digital age. The typewriter is now obsolete because of computers. Detrimental. Having harmful or damaging effects on. Damaging. Pernicious. Deleterious. Not being organized can be detrimental to your success. Lack of sleep can be detrimental to your mental health. Eating too much sugar can be detrimental to your teeth.